Hello, friends! Bears are the largest predators that currently live on our planet. They are bigger and stronger than both the lion and the tiger. However, before they grow up to be strong and big adult predators, they are very cute and funny, like most other young animals. This video was recently shared online. It shows incredible footage of the bear cub meeting a fawn for the first time. Joel Rosenthal, the man who built a farm to save wild animals in West Virginia, organized the first meeting of these two forest dwellers, bear cub named Boog and a fawn, and he filmed this unusual encounter. A small deer and the future king of the forest found themselves in the same room. Seeing a strange creature, Bear stood up on its hind legs like a real formidable predator. The bear was probably trying to scare the deer with its impressive size. Just look at him staggering around on his little feet. However, the little deer didn't seem the least bit scared. The deer's reaction makes it obvious that it found the clumsy cub very interesting. So the deer decided to study the predator, while the cub got very shy and hid behind the railing, but never took its eyes off the ungulate that appeared at its home. This encounter is simply too cute. And here is another video of a little bear in the leading role. It won't leave anyone indifferent. The cub spent the first few months of its life in the den, after which it went out into the great big world. It is all too obvious that the animal was bewildered by the world around it, but it didn't get scared. We can try and imagine how strange it must have been for the cub to suddenly see the big wide world, having only been in its den so far. When we see an adult bear, we get the feeling that these animals are born weighing at least a few kilograms. However, in the case of most of these animals, the difference in the weight of newborn cubs and adult individuals is about 1,000 times, but the cubs grow incredibly fast. For example, a brown bear cub is born with a weight of 350 to 650 grams and will weigh 30 times more by the time it turns 3 months old and 50 times more by the age of 6 months. The polar bear cub is born weighing 450 to 750 grams and is the largest of the bears. The panda cub is born with a weight of 90 to 120 grams and is one of the smallest bears at the time of its birth, which makes sense since the weight of an adult panda is around 160 kilograms. The cub is about 1/800th of the mother's weight. But unlike other bears, it is covered with a thin layer of fur. The mother only takes care of the first non-stillborn cub, abandoning the second one. It turns out that scientists have come up with a parenting ladder to evaluate the behavior of living beings when raising offspring. According to this ladder, bears take third place after humans and primates in terms of caring for their young. It turns out that the she-bear has a similar take on procreation as humans do. Mother bears see the quality of protection, training, and adaptation to life she can provide for her cubs as more important than their number. Thus, she-bears make for exceptionally caring mothers. For instance, the period of leaving the den is different for male and female brown bears. After hibernation, the female usually takes longer to leave the den. They wait until numerous thawed patches of grass appear in the forest, especially since by the age of 3 months, the cubs already have all of their baby teeth, so they can eat greens and insects. Moreover, the males and females behave differently after they leave the den. The male bear only cares about feeding themselves, aiming to gain as much weight as possible, while females always give the food to the cubs first, regardless of how hungry they might be themselves. Even more so, if the male is very hungry, he can try and eat the cubs, but the she-bear won't let that happen. The mother will hide the cubs and courageously drive away the male bear. The father bear doesn't take any part in raising the offspring. Having come out into the big world with their mother, the cubs learn the basics of life in nature under her strict supervision. It is the mother who gives the cub their first lessons in what we would call social behavior. At the age of 4 months, the cubs already try searching for food in the forest with their mother, taking notice of everything they could eat. The cubs play a lot, thus developing the basic skills they would need later in their adult bear life, but most of all, in hunting. They spend the rest of the time sleeping. Bear cub games are very active. They run around, push each other, fight, stick their noses everywhere, show interest in everything around them, as well as climb trees. It's hard not to notice the mother bear's incredible patience. She stoically endures when the cubs climb on her, bite her, and pull her tail and paws. However, if she does lose her temper, then the little bears get a powerful slap and hear an angry roar. The main tasks of the mother bear during the first year of her cub's life is to teach them to find food, swim, climb trees, and most importantly, hunt. The youngest cubs are called coys, which stands for Cubs of the Year, as opposed to the older cubs who stay with their mother for several years and help her take care of the younger ones. The older cubs are a kind of nannies who train the youngest cubs by the do-as-I-do method. Even though bears are predators, they are omnivores. Thus, the cubs must learn how and what can be used for food, and their mothers and nannies help them do it. They look for plants that bear fruit and enjoy picking berries, and they also don't mind snacking on mushrooms. A variety of insects can also be eaten. For example, when dealing with an anthill, the bear cub will be taught not only to eat only adult ants, but also their larvae. An important lesson is the extraction of nuts. Only young bears can climb trees, since adult individuals lose this ability due to their peculiar structure of their claws and paws. The bear's main interests are the pine cones and nuts, and the supplies of the nutcracker bird, which are hidden in the moss, so the little bears are taught to get them. The river is another special place to obtain food, so the bear family often goes there. Sealed rookeries are of great interest to bears. The locals say that she-bears with coys and older cubs get there by swimming. That is, the mother teaches her cubs practical skills and a very specific way of getting food. According to observations, the bear family lines up in a certain order when they move. The mother is in front, followed by the coys and the older cubs. And here's a very interesting question. Some bear experts claim that the nanny is always a female that the mother bear allows to stay by her side, as she's also going to be a mother. Other experts, on the contrary, insist that the nanny is always a male bear. There is no clear answer to this question. Moreover, there are experts who insist that older cubs don't stay with the bear family at all. As many of you know, people usually find bears very interesting and delightful. Nevertheless, the best encounter with a bear is one that never happened. And the bear thinks so too. Therefore, the bear defecates a lot and all around, leaving traces so that both people and other animals understand they shouldn't go there. However, bears rarely attack people, only if they get disturbed in a winter den, injured, or are taken by surprise when they're with their prey. Mother bears with cubs are also very dangerous. Also, the bear can get frightened by a person, as the encounter is usually unexpected for the animal too. Thus, it can launch into an attack out of fear. Therefore, it's best to watch these shaggy animals on your screen. That is, if you aren't an experienced researcher who needs to study these animals in order to tell us all about them later. And that's all for today, friends. Which part of the video did you like the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.